Good afternoon, Facebook. So today we're going to talk about taxes, one of my favorite subjects, and I'm sure one of your favorite subjects, and it's something that's really pertinent right now because we've got a lot of people who are filing their taxes. But the people I'm talking to are probably the people who are wanting to put their taxes off just a little bit longer. Those are the people who owe taxes on a regular basis. Now, if you owe taxes this year, last year, and the year before, there's probably not a lot that bankruptcy can do to get rid of those taxes. There are things that bankruptcy can do to help you resolve them, to get them paid, but to get rid of them, probably not. If you owe some older taxes, however, you really want to talk to a bankruptcy attorney like us at the Grafton firm to see whether or not your taxes are eligible for a bankruptcy discharge. That's a tough question to answer in a lot of cases. There are some simple answers, but the right answer is never simple. When we're talking about taxes, there are a lot of different factors that can play a role. For instance, did you file your taxes on time, or did you ask for an extension? When were the taxes actually due? In some cases, if you asked for an extension but then filed them on time, the due date can be October 15th, even if you filed them before April 15th. So, and that plays a role in determining whether or not those taxes can be discharged in bankruptcy. So it can be a very complicated issue, as I've discussed. There are other things that can do what we call tolling. So tolling means extending the time. If you filed a prior bankruptcy, that could extend the time that the IRS gets to come after you for tax debt. If you did an offer in compromise, that can extend the time. Okay, there are several other things. There's also a question of state taxes versus federal taxes. Okay, not all state taxes are dischargeable at the same time that federal taxes are dischargeable. In fact, some states maintain, and some federal courts agree with them, that if you did not file your taxes on time, then those taxes are never dischargeable. One trap that we see a lot of here in Maryland is when the federal government says that you made a mistake on your taxes and you file an amended federal return to correct the mistake. What happens after that is that the state steps in and they tells you, well, the federal government told us you made a mistake, but don't worry about filing an amended return. We took care of it for you. Here's what you owe. Later, when you try to discharge that tax debt in bankruptcy, they're going to say, well, you never amended your return, therefore, those taxes are not dischargeable. And in the state of Maryland, they're probably right. This is why we always tell people, if you amend your federal return, amend your state return as well. So if you have any other questions or concerns, hit us up on the page. If you're not already a fan of our firm, like the page and share the video. Thanks a lot.